Yeah. Enough with the introductions. We don't need to introduce ourselves. We came with our resumes. Like, everybody got your resume here?
Yeah.
We came with resumes. Don't worry, they'll be posted in the comment section. All the sections will be highlighted. We'll send you a link to our LinkedIn page. We're here for business. We ain't got time to waste. This team needs a coach now. Then we need to take training session tomorrow morning. So we're gonna go ahead and get. we're gonna go
But
ahead and get.
we have Man City on Saturday, man. Well,
We have City on Saturday. We have there's no time to waste. We
Yeah,
got to
there's
get
no time.
training
Actually,
session tomorrow. We don't know who has a locker. Carragher told me that some guys in the team don't have locker. They don't have where to store their bags. Some of them don't have numbers. We got to get straight to work. So you know what? This is a special emergency episode. Adam's is going to go ahead and conduct an interview for the next candidate for coach of Chelsea Football Club. And you understand, you may get a 7-year contract, but that doesn't guarantee that you'll be there
no.
for 7 years. It's more like 7 months, but at least you cash out small. So this is a very serious episode. I know some of you are already laughing. You see my crooked tie. Listen, I came straight from job hunting. They told me that the job of all jobs has come available. So this is my chance to impress Adams. Um, First of all, we have to say R.I.P. Enzo Maresca. He didn't die. He didn't die at all. He's moved on to, you can't even say greener pastures. He's just moved on to pastures. We'll find out if they're green or not. But this is the first time in a long time a manager has walked away from a job mid-season in a team that is competing, that is in the semifinals of a cup, that is competing for top four in arguably the most competitive league in the world. And by arguably, we mean literally, because we're not going to argue with y'all. And they're through to the next round of the Champions League. Maybe not mathematically, but spiritually, culturally, footballistically, they're there. So this is a man that is competing on 3-4 fronts. He's done a decent job so far, considering the injuries, considering the way the team is looking, the reinforcements that were given to him in the summer. He's walked away from the job. He's walked away from the job with his head on fire. It all happened so fast. We woke up in the middle of the night. They said, hey, it's tense. Indy Kaila said, ho, meetings are, ambulances are on the way. They've surrounded his apartment. What's going on? What's going to happen? And boom, he was gone. So here we are. We're here to conduct an episode. We're going to fix this. Adams, what are we doing?
Amen, bro. I have to take off my glasses for this one, bro. And look straight. That's my camera right there. Bro, Bluco, I've turned this club upside down. I cannot recognize my club anymore, bro. Like, what are we doing with these signings? And Uzo said something when Amorim came midway through the season. He said, if for anything, because of that decision alone, he knows that he's not good enough. And after what Maresca did right now I know that truly Maresca is him. Because for you to decide to leave all of this behind and possibly even forfeit your whatever payoff package, I don't know. He probably gets it. Maybe, I don't know, whatever arrangement they had, but possibly, let's assume that he did. And you decide to walk away from Chelsea. Bro, they are turning Chelsea into a small club. Because what this guy has done is he has set himself up for a better job. Like, managers never want to leave Chelsea. They get sacked because they don't deliver. But this guy, since the start of the season, if you know, Levi Colwill got injured and he practically came out and said, help me. I need a defender, please. Is he even supposed to say that? Isn't that like common knowledge for you to know that, your best defender is out, center back is out. You're supposed to go in the market and get somebody else. Guess what they did? They said, no, man, we have Achipong. We have Tosin. We have Badiashile. We have Rice at home. Don't worry about it. We'll be good. And ever since then, he kept dropping hints after hints. I'm not okay. SOS, save me. Nobody did anything, bro. And we're seeing reports that they've been forcing him to rotate his squad. Now, I don't even know what to believe again, because I'm like, what's the point of having a coach when you're practically giving him the players to play? I can coach the team. If you're going to tell me play Palmer for 50 minutes and stop him out and then bring this guy in, then what's the coach supposed to do? I can coach the team if that's it. But, man, it's just embarrassing. And it's not going to stop anytime soon, Chelsea fans. They warned me Like they tried to warn me. They told me like this is going to be a circle that's always going to repeat itself. But I didn't listen. I think the best we're going to get is win one cup here, win another one there, and shout when we sign a player for 50 million and sell it for 60. That's our new trophy these days, guys. Get used to it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'll turn it back to the other boys because I have a lot to say.
Yeah, and I'll bring Chooks in, but I know Chooks has a different agenda, and we're gonna get into that too. But the first things first, we have to address, the elephant in the room. This is a project that has been going on, let's say, 4 years now. It obviously predates many managers. This started with the second of Tuchel after the hostile takeover of Roman Abramovich and all of his belongings and all of his assets, of which Chelsea was one of them. So this started obviously with the war in Ukraine, and the takeover happened. Chelsea started a new project, a new American blue coal London cowboy project, right? And since its inception, for what it's worth, we have to be honest, it's been criticized heavily. It's been absolutely criticized. The first thing was people felt like this guy was too naive, being Todd Bowley was too naive to run a football club about the sport itself, and he got a lot of criticism. And to his credit, he did step back and allow the directors to take charge. And since then, there's been a little bit of turnover, but there's been a lot of managers. There's been a lot of different directions. The one thing that we can say has stayed consistent is the model. The model is sign young players, send them to Strasbourg or wherever, develop them. They never see the Chelsea shirt. They get sold for profit, and we celebrate the books, right? And in the meantime, you go get an exciting manager in Enzo Maresca after utterly failing with all the previous managerial appointments. We can say they were all utter failures. I don't think any of them accomplished any of the goals that that was set for them going into a season. You get an exciting manager, he punches a little bit too far above his weight. Oh, how dare you? How dare you go embarrass PSG? How dare you go slap up Barcelona? How dare you have us competing for things and putting pressure on us to sign experienced leaders and captains that can go win things? How dare you disrupt the model of signing kids for profit? How dare you? And here we are. We've come to a hey. So now that we've gotten all the facts out into the open, Chooks, I know there's a separate agenda you have to push here. So I'll bring in our last candidate for the job. Go ahead.
Well. I take this off. Funny enough, one of our dear friends of the podcast is coaching a Twitter versus Instagram influencers match. Adams, I have to send some boys out there to check out her tactics if she has any. See if she's right for the job. If she's only going to play light skinned players, we don't know.
Light skin with braids.
Light skin with braids, but we don't know. But on this particular issue, right? I man, I always like to say same thing. I always tell George, when you are a heritage team and your team starts to act like they are not a big club, can either join the shamelessness of the rest of us that don't win much, or you can be some of the few that will stand up and say this isn't proper. Like Adam said, once you guys started celebrating, you're able to, oh, look at, we're able to buy players for 30 mil and sell them for 29 mil. Wow, we're not losing, we're making money, this, that. You are losing out on good players is a problem. The same way they pirated that conference league. My lord. Like you wouldn't think that this is the same Chelsea that literally always is in the title race, is winning Champions League or is winning the league. You guys go to a final almost every season. Feels like it's a given. And a bunch of you did not stand up to set the standards for your club. And now it looks like it is going further down. Part of why I even had you guys as a dark horse, even this season again, is because of your manager. He just looked like finally the one serious guy. I didn't. I don't know if he would have got you guys to maybe competing deep into a title race, but you guys are floating. I even saw the graphic of last year going into the new year. Chelsea was second going into the new year, and you guys are top four. Obviously, your squad is not where it needs to be, but firing Maresca, I think, has set you guys back a lot. I don't know the kind of squad they are building. Palmer doesn't look like himself. And now I'm seeing John Terry links to your club.
Mm, 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 mm,
Hey
mm,
man, the,
mm.
only- the only grace you have, Adams, is this is not my personal stew. You know, Uzo, Rafi, and George, they are ready to lick you up. This
We have our resumes.
this
We're here.
is my personal stew, but I I'm not in the Chelsea sphere to know what's going on with Maresca, but it's just odd for the guy to walk out. You guys are in the top four. For him to walk out on the job, that sounds like a cry for help. So I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping for new manager bounce next week.
I mean, I think it's all bit. No, no, forget about that game. That's like that's like the what's the name of that sports guy that took over from Mourinho?
Oh, Nuno Espirito Santo.
No. The one, the
Oh,
intent guy,
Oh,
right.
Ryan Mason.
Ryan Mason. That's exactly what it's gonna be like.
Hey, respect Ryan Mason, man. He got a real job now. Hey, Ryan Mason might be in the running. Don't talk too fast.
He might actually be in the running.
Hey, listen. Here's my thing with the Chelsea thing, now, because here's my take. We've laid out all the facts, right? We've laid out all the facts. It's obviously a huge blow. Anytime you lose a manager mid-season, especially when the club hasn't planned for it, it's a huge blow. And a lot of the stuff, the smear campaign that they're running now to try to like smear his name and damage his reputation. He was talking to City and come on, get out of here. Managers do this all the time.
Every time.
And
Every
apparently,
time.
this is something that was included in his contract to let you guys know if talks are held. Of course, a manager who is in a job, obviously, is not a forever contract, is allowed to understand the conditions of a different job.
Wait, why are they acting like they're not in the same sports? Like, don't they talk to players? Don't they talk to managers too?
It's insane to me this pretense like he did, and I think it's backfired spectacularly because everyone is reading those reports like, okay, so are you guys new to this? You are, but you don't know that managers will talk to other jobs, especially if you have a manager that is sought after by other bigger, not bigger historically, but better performing organizations. That actually should be your indicator that maybe this is someone we should try to placate and hold on to. Maybe this is someone we should go into the market and address his needs and give him a squad that's worthy of competing. At the end of the day, he's not leaving or flirting with the idea of leaving because he has it good here and he wants to go do a worse job elsewhere. He's flirting with that opportunity because he's unhappy with the level of the team. This is a win-win. I want my employees to be unhappy if the organization is underperforming. Oh, we didn't sell 35,000 water bottles this year. My employees are pissed. They talking to Coca-Cola. They want to jump ship. No problem. Let's get in the lab. Let's figure out how we're going to sell 50K next year. Right? Let's get in the lab. Let's get you those players. Let's get you those leaders. And we talked about this during the summer. We were all lockstep in sync. What happened in the summer was a complete letdown. It was organizational failure. They failed the manager because he delivered on his expectations the year before. We can all say that beyond a shadow of a doubt. He secured Champions League football comfortably. He was fourth. He won a trophy, the only trophy that he was in for, besides the league, obviously. And he won a summer tournament that, for what it's worth, everyone can poo-poo it. And I'm one of the people that honestly, I don't think the Club World Cup in and of itself should be or is a prestigious trophy, but you get there through prestige, right? You get there through prestige. And at the end of the day, it's not something that any old team can brag about having. So it does have a certain level of uniqueness to it. So, massive respect. You won a game that gave all of the supporters hope and belief going into the next season. That's as good of a preseason tournament you can win because it at least is competitive and it gives the fans something to look forward to. Then you go into the summer window and what happens? Nothing. Literally nothing. Like nothing at all. And there's glaring holes in the team. There's a glaring injury that happens right before the season kicks off. Are you kidding me? and nobody gets held accountable. And the manager is supposed to goody two shoes, just love his job, clock in every day. Oh, City wants me. Nah, I'm happy here. No, bump that. At the end of the day, the owners just have as much of a responsibility to keep the manager happy as he does keeping the players happy, and vice versa. When players are unhappy, we look to the manager, right? We say you can't sack all the players. So what's going on? When a manager's unhappy, you got to look at the directors. What are y'all doing? Why is a manager unhappy? If he's not delivering, that's a separate conversation. When a manager is unhappy with the tools that he has, that's a letdown of the director. So again, I'm asking Chelsea Football Club, before you go replace this manager with who are they looking for now? Liam from
You already know, man. You already know.
From One Direction. Oh, R.I.P. I'm sorry.
He's-
That's probably that's
yeah.
that's probably a dark one. But
Yeah.
Liam Rosenthal from Strasbourg. They're gonna do an internal promotion.
I mean, you know, he was an ex-Brighton player. You know that.
Yep.
I guess Blue Cool.
Going back to the same well. Chicks, you know when you when you taste that first nectar, you gotta go back for some more. Oh, Brighton links, Strasbourg, young, easy to control. Bring. And you know the thing is, they thought that was what Maresca was. Oh, look at this guy in Leicester. He ain't did nothing. He's not used to winning. He's just a guy from Championship. We can easily control this guy. Forget this Pochettino guy with the ego of PSG who hasn't really done anything and he thinks is all that. Get him out of here. Bring in Maresca. We'll control him. They forgot he was a spawn of that bald guy in Man City.
Oh.
Those guys are a different breed.
They don't play.
Those guys are hard to control. And it backfired spectacularly. They thought they were just going to keep buying their young players and flipping them for profit. And then boom, he pulled the rug from under them, and here we are. And now they're going for a sure bet. Oh, you're already in the system. You're already a company man. You're already a team player. You can come in, and we're gonna reset the expectations for one more year. And my thing is, why does the clock keep resetting if the ownership is the same? Why are we resetting the clock on the project? Every time the manager changes, the clock gets reset. Why? The clock should still be on the same timer for some people. I'll tell you that. Some people in that club need to be on the same timer, and their time needs to be up. So, again, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk too much because, you know what I mean? I might be getting considered for this job. You know what I mean? I know a thing or two. Some things, you know what I mean? Come on. Call me.
The guy has a few bulls.
You know what I mean? I've held a few clipboards.
We'll put the tape, man. I'll put the tape.
I might change my LinkedIn profile to, a picture of me holding clipboard, or giving a passionate speech to the boys. You know what I mean? Something rousing, something witty, something fun. Wearing a nice hoodie, you know what I mean? Some swag, Amarim got a job by wearing bubble cut, you know what I mean? Liam is getting a job by wearing hoodie. So maybe I need to find some swag. I want my cricket tie, my suit. I'm ready. Give me a call, yeah? But at the end of the day, Chelsea have no coach. Mid-season, coach has walked out. This is literally something that hasn't happened in our lifetime watching football for a long, long time. So at the end of the day, I feel like this is like a very well-deserved indictment of the ownership. And now I feel like they haven't had anywhere to hide. But now they especially have nowhere to hide, because what are you going to do? How do you salvage this season? What's the expectation?
The fans are definitely going to turn.
I think they have.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's walked out, right, I think sends the strongest message. And I don't know if I wouldn't consider Maresca a Chelsea fan, right?
No.
So I wouldn't say like he's doing this explicitly to send the message to the supporters. I think he's doing this from a selfish, like, career perspective, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it accomplishes the same message.
Yeah.
It's the same message as these guys ain't serious.
And the funny thing about this sport, what I've realized is things happen before, like, we know it. Like, and things just come out in the open when, it's time for us to know. Like, he changed his agency, I believe. I think he changed to what's this? Mourinho's?
Yeah, George Mendes.
Yeah, he changed to George Mendes. That wasn't a coincidence. He knew what he was doing. And then Athletic releases a report like 2 weeks earlier that he's probably primed to replace Pep. That wasn't also a coincidence. Like all these things, I feel like was orchestrated. And he comes to managers usually know what to say during a press conference. He comes to the press conference and says, "This is the worst 48 hours of my time at Chelsea." I think he knew what he was doing. I think he carefully planned everything. He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. And with hindsight now, we can go back and see the breadcrumbs and see like, yeah, it was a ticking bomb about to explode. Like he knew exactly what he was doing. And they probably knew too. I feel like they probably knew too. They were doing their best to salvage the situation. Because you can't explain to me why you already know that Palmer was nursing an injury and then you signed Bonanotti. Like, isn't that crazy?
Where is he now? Is he in Strasbourg or?
He's still there. He's still there.
Okay, let's write his name down. He's one of the guys we got it. We will get you a locker, bro. First of all, we're gonna get you a locker, bro. I got your name written down. Don't worry. Burner who? Burner boy. All right, we got him. We got him,
bro.
We got him.
This is and the funny thing is, you guys help me, man, because I've never been in this situation. What do you do when your ownership is this way? Like you can do the Twitter hashtags for sack this guy if it's a coach. If it's a player, you can get him out. But when it's the ownership, what do you do? What do you do?
Before Chooks takes this one, I listen. The bad ownership one is one of those ones where I think that's what really tests your loyalty as a fan, because truly and truly, right? There's nothing you can do. Like they've been trying to burn down Levy's house for years. Mind you, he's not even the owner, right? They've been trying to burn down his house for years. This guy wouldn't leave. He just wouldn't leave, making too much money, right? So it's like, how do you tell somebody to sell their property because you have more of an emotional stake in it?
Help me out, yeah, man. I know there's a time you guys had that ownership thing too, or maybe Manchester United. What do? You just hope that someone generational just comes to save you.
You have to hope for a generational manager, and it's not even generational players; it's generational manager. Like we have Pochettino, who made Levy what he is, basically. Like Levy's entire legacy hinges on the stuff that Pochettino did in that short period of time, right? And I wouldn't say he's a generational manager, but by Tottenham standards, he was, right? What we did under him, we haven't done, and looks like we won't do ever again, right? You had the same thing with United under the Glazers. Horrible ownership, but you have a legendary manager in Fergie, and he makes the entire thing tick, and it looks good, right? Liverpool, stingy owners, they wanted them out for years. You get a club, you start competing. But this is where it starts to get kind of murky, because
I thought Maresca
you had the makings of a great manager.
I thought Maresca was the guy. I thought as well.
The ownership was so bad, they fumbled him.
I thought Maresca was the guy. Like, I never thought that there would be a time where managers would walk out of Chelsea. Never.
Nature is healing, man. He said no mas. No mas. He literally woke up and said, forget any payout. Forget Man City, man. Forget all that. I'm out. I'm done. They say, what do you mean? What do you mean, Enzo? What do you mean? What do you mean, hombre? Enzo. He said, no, I'm out. I'm done. It's over. And I think the owners are probably looking around now like yo, I think maybe they took a gamble. Like, you wouldn't do this. No one will do this. It's almost career suicide, right? Especially if you think about it, Maresca doesn't have any actual pedigree in terms of like clubs that he's managed or things that he's won. But it's interesting because he still comes out of this looking good. But it was a 50-50. It could have went bad. And so
I
that tells me
I
that
think it was always in favor of him to live this way.
No, right. But I'm saying, like, with the little pedigree that he's built up over his career, right?
Yeah.
This can go. Where's Di Matteo coaching now? I'm not saying he left voluntarily, but you know what I mean? Like, we've seen flash in the pan managers, right? We've seen that all the time. Villas Boas, all of these guys, right? So leaving midseason like that is a huge gamble, and we'll see where his next job, takes him. But that tells me it had to have been really bad.
Yeah.
Like, this has to be a clash about, like, not just the present, but the future. Like, oh, y'all are going to do this again in January. Oh, y'all are going to do this again in the summer. Oh, this is what you're going to keep doing to me. No. then let it end now. And I think he walked out on the job. And credit to him. Um, I think maybe the city job may have turned him. Obviously that's something that's heavy, but you don't leave midseason if the situation hasn't gotten to an untenable point.
Yeah.
And all I can say is credit to him is ballsy. It's absolutely ballsy. But
I said it like it reflects very positively on him and his
if
mentality.
the Chelsea fans don't band together against this ownership group or whoever the singular or multiple entities that are responsible for all of the calamity in terms of decision making, because let's be real, the ownership have not gotten any decisions right besides signing Cole Palmer. That's it.
Man, I prefer Bowley, man. At least Bowley, we're trying to get like this.
Bowley was more of like, can you calm down, bro? Like, can you relax? Can you breathe a little bit? You're doing too much. But these guys, it feels like they're clueless. Whoever has taken over, they're clueless. And they're just doing stuff and trying to see what sticks. And so far, nothing is sticking. This is looking like a very, very terrible situation.
Yeah, man. I feel very bad for the players, man, because I saw somewhere that with how many managers have we had? I think Enzo has had like a sixth manager time at Chelsea. And listen, the
Probably
first
more managers than his entire career before that.
Yeah, of course, for sure. how long he didn't have a long career before he came, and before that, I think during his time at Chelsea, he's been by those different managers. He's been asked to play at least 4 different types of positions. Poch was saying he's a second striker or something crazy like that. And who was before Poch? I think Potter was more like a registrar, like a DM. For Maresca, he was like a number 8. Who knows where it's going to be when this next guy comes? And it's not even like it's not ideal for a player. I think the next phase is when we start seeing mass exodus of players. Our players just be like, man, I'm done. Like, just get me out of here. And it would be like the Palmers, the Enzos.
I don't even think it has to be a mass exodus as much as it has to be a few key players.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
someone like Reese going could be like,
oh man,
a dam that breaks that. Something like that happened could be the dam.
Reese is a fan, man. He can't go. He's he's not going anywhere.
I mean, we've seen stuff like that happen, or we've seen players like that try to leave. Right? We know Gerrard tried to leave, even though people would like to pretend like he didn't. We've seen Kane left, right? Kane left due to exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Huge turnover in management, ownership that is completely clueless about what direction to go in, a rebuild after a rebuild. And he was like, you know what? And mind you, he stayed too long, but he left. He left. All that fan stuff, that don't matter. I think we just welcomed another candidate. Oh, this one is unprepared. You ain't getting the job, bro.
Nah. Where's your resume, man? You
ain't getting the job, bro.
You're not ready for the interview, bro.
We got our resumes, bro. We got our resumes. Chelsea is hiring. Save the bridge.
The thing is, you guys are even overprepared for that Chelsea job.
George said he packed light because it's a 7-month job anyway.
Exactly.
Layover. You'll be back soon.
Exactly. You're going there for a smooth vacation. You're not going there for life. Just go there to just.
George, you said I didn't come prepared. I did. Travel bag. Look at that. Travel bag. Just the essentials.
Well done.
Lip gloss. That's it. Lotion.
That's all you need, man.
A couple pair of boxers, we good.
Man, Chelsea, man. Wow. I'm even happy for you, Adams. I'm happy for you, bro.
Hey, listen, Adams, I actually want what you have. I wish my manager would have some pride and walk.
Nah.
I wish he would have some pride and walk.
Nah, those type of managers, they don't go
You
anywhere.
can't walk because this is as good as it gets for him.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere, man. You have to sack him. You have to sack him.
And we're dealing with the same thing with you, right? We've gotten rid of Levy, and now this ownership is sticking by their guy. It's like the whole thing with Potter. Fans hate him. The results are poor. The football is dreadful. But the ownership randomly believes in the guy. No tangible reason. They just believe in him. And the thing is, he's not even like Amorim that has drip. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have the
He
bubble
doesn't have
coat.
like the personality. Yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't.
he doesn't have any of that. He's just a guy. They believe in him.
Just
But you
a
know
guy.
what? It's okay. We're here for Chelsea. I'm tapping into your blessings, bro. I want to wear suit on my own occasion. But George, we haven't gotten
Yeah,
your
yeah,
take.
yeah. We have to bring
Casemiro.
George in, man.
No, the thing is, like, I really wish that he stayed, bro. I really wish that he stayed because as a rival, you like to see other teams suffer, right? So it's like, with the whole him always playing Garnacho, Garnacho every day, Garnacho playing Garnacho. You have Esteval, you're playing him on the bench. Like, clearly, you know what? Oh, it actually makes sense now. This guy really wanted to leave because there's no reason for him to be playing Garnacho every game. It all makes sense because at one point I was like, bro, I look at Chelsea's lineup. Garnacho started. He has a terrible game, and the guys on Twitter are slating him. You see the next game, Garnacho started. I'm like, I don't know. He really wanted to leave, so it kind of makes sense. But all in all, for Chelsea
So,
moving
so,
forward,
so George, from what you just said, I'm sensing you feel like he was underperforming in the job.
yes, he was definitely underperforming. Definitely
Interesting.
underperforming.
I think
With the
that's
I
what we
players that
all
he had,
disagree. But go ahead.
Huh?
with the players that he had,
But you guys, we have to stop this whole thing about players this, players that. Chelsea as a team, like if you got to look at it, they have a top six squad. They do. Am I wrong? Am I right or wrong?
yeah, but he's top four. He's been top four in the. He's performing exactly to what he has.
No,
I'd
but
also say they have a top six squad when healthy. I don't know
mhm.
that they have a top six squad when they are missing that amount of players.
I think what I'm trying to say is like when the league is like this, when it's like up for grabs, when everybody's like stumbling, you have to literally go in there and just grab it. Like I get it. It's like, oh yeah, you're doing what you're supposed to do. But also you have to look at the fact, like the league right now is not strong. Like we have Aston Villa in a title race. If Chelsea
Mhm.
was the one in the same position as Aston Villa, I know they're not really in a title race, but you know what I mean, like the where their position is. If
Yeah, yeah.
Chelsea was the one in that position, you can say, okay, he's doing the job that he's expected to do. But like you see the games that he's losing, like you look at it and you're like, is this really like is he really performing well? You know what I mean? Because like at the grand scheme of things, you can say yes, he's in fifth place, sixth place, but look at the games that he's supposed to win. Did he win those? That's the same thing that I think United fans are saying with Amorim. It's like, bro, the league is wide open. Go in there and make a claim. Third place, five for second. Just because you're in and out, fifth, sixth, doesn't mean you're doing a good job necessarily, even though that's your goal. You know what I mean?
So,
But
so on the whole of his career, though, like if we take away the start to the season, because obviously, like he can end in third, like
hmm
the season is still relatively young, right?
hmm
Um, do you think on the whole of his Chelsea career, he's done a good job? Because you said it like as a rival, you wanted him to stay. Like he's like a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that people were saying
yeah.
like, oh, keep him forever type of
So you
thing.
think we're in a much better position without him?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. The reason why I want him to say is because I know you guys will suffer.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason why I want him to stay. Because if you like, he seems like a kind of manager where it's like he can't stabilize the whole team. Honestly, I don't like when I look at Chelsea. Like if you like Adams, I'm telling you, when you guys come to our home to play us, I'm not worried because I'm like it's Chelsea. Like I don't have that fear. That's what I'm trying to say. It's Chelsea. You guys can win 2 games, but who knows? You might lose the next three.
But that's the whole point of him living is like, look at the guys you give to me to try to be better. Excuse me. Like you giving me Boranote when Palmer is clearly injured.
Burna Boy.
And you're telling me not to play these guys. Again, I don't think you've seen the reports. Like they're telling him not to play certain guys. That's why he keeps rotating. Like they're telling him that Palmer needs to come off at this time. Like we were I think we were losing one. No, we're losing to Aston Villa and he takes
Mhm.
Palmer off. Now it's come out that wasn't him. That was like the medical. There's like an independent medical.
Okay, but if that's like an injury concern, I mean, you can't really fault that, can you? If it was like a performance thing, okay, but if it's an injury concern, I mean, you can't fault that. The thing you have to be saying, you Adams, you have to be saying is the Ganacho thing.
That's
Why
what I'm
is
saying.
he?
Like that, I'm getting there. That's the reason why these guys are playing. Is because they're giving him minutes restrictions. Like, okay, guys like this can't keep playing. You have to use the entirety of the squad to develop the players. That's what they're telling him. So when you tune into a Chelsea game, you see that Badia Shil is starting, Tosin might start instead of Chaloba and Fofana, or like the best guys. That's because they are trying to develop the whole squad so that they keep them marketable, right? They want Badia Shil to keep getting minutes. They want Garnacho, Pedro Neto, them, all these guys to play. They don't, you know how you only have like core 11 or 12, 13 players that only play like the good guys. They don't want that. They want the whole team to play. Sometimes you even see like maybe a random Champions League game. No team does it, but Chelsea does it. You see Jorgensen play. Why?
So you're
Why is it?
you're trying to tell me Chelsea's not trying to win any trophies. They're just trying to maintain players and keep them active.
That it seems like that's what these guys are
But
doing.
George, from what you've observed about the project, has anything said otherwise? I mean, so George, let's act like this was United, right? That had the season that Chelsea had last season. You get top 4 comfortably. You're in the Champions League after what, 2 years out? Was it 2 years? After 2 years of not being in the Champions League, you win the only trophy that you're really in for, which is the Conference League. We're not going to count it, but you win it. If you're in it, win it, right? The only thing worse than winning it is not winning it. So they win it. You go to the summer, you qualify for a tournament, which is based on prestige, and we can argue about how important a trophy it is. But you go in there, you win it, you give the team, the fans, the board something to build off of. You had an excellent performance against PSG, which is your final game of the season. That's the way. That's the right way to go out, right? So you've done all that. So we can say the manager hit every single pressure point that was placed on his table beforehand. Get top 4, get Champions League, win the trophies that you're in for. Simple, right? You come into the summer, what do? Right? What do you do?
By the way, you lose your best.
If Kobe goes down for the entire
and
year,
they tell you use the gap. We have enough at home. Use the guys that we
you
have.
don't sign a single center back. You don't get Xavi Simons over the line or get an alternative in who was the guy, the Barcelona guy that they were in for, who was apparently the better option. You get neither of them. You get Bonanote, right? So I'm just saying, like, let's be objective, right? If you're a fan of that club, you're looking at it like, okay, ownership ain't trying to win. There's no, because he's delivered on everything from the season before. Why do you not tool up the squad going into the season, especially after the injury? Mind you, they needed a center back before Liam went down. Before he went down, they needed a center back because we were all laughing at them all last year. What was the one thing Chelsea fans kept saying when we were like, you're in a title race? They were like, we're not in that title. We're not in a title race because of that defense and because of that goalkeeper, right? The only two things you need to address, just tune up the defense, get a better goalie. The goalie has turned out to be better. Okay, whoop-de-whoop. But those are the two things they needed to do. Go get a Maignan, go get a Gehi, right? Go get a Xavi Simons. Problem solved. You can now tell the manager, look, we gave you what you needed. Go deliver on this, that, and the third. They do none of that. I was here on the podcast saying after the window, I was like, wow, Chelsea just did nothing. Like nothing. Buonanotte, and then they sent him on loan or something like that. And what's going on?
I mean, high key, I won't lie. I don't have much sympathy for Chelsea when it comes to transfers.
No, I'm saying this from in terms of criticizing the
I mean, but like look at, and I actually hate that I'm about to say this, but look at Villa. After a season they had, all they gave Una was Sancho, Harvey Elliott, and Lindelof. So I mean, like it's not like.
But would you say he had the same like holes that Chelsea had?
I mean, I feel like every team
and Villa is like circumstantial too.
It's not like every team in the league has holes. There's no team literally that doesn't have some kind of holes because of injuries or the way you've built your squad. But Chelsea, as George said, is you have more than enough players, quality players in key positions. I mean, to
do what?
I'm saying, like,
I guess that's my question. To do what?
If that's the funny thing now. If you ask them, are Chelsea players better than the players on their teams? They would say no.
Who would say no? The Adams,
is Garnacho good enough to start on your team?
Is it what?
Is Garnacho good enough?
Adams, everyone can make that argument. What would the
Not
point of
everyone. You can't make that argument. What do you mean everyone?
I'm saying
You make that argument.
bunch of-
You say that your team is
okay,
not good. You say
Arsenal and City, because my team is good. I'm not in your position. But
exactly. So
Arsenal
everyone can
and
make that
City,
argument.
Arsenal and City, a bunch of people can. It's just like United. Just can sit down here and ask you, where does Dalo start on any team?
Mhm.
I'm saying, like, everyone can. If Uzo starts to call players on his team, we might end the episode right now. What I saw from Tottenham today, the point I was trying to make was, I can understand my Maresca from the whole injury stuff, right? Like them trying to police his man management. I understand that. The part that I don't want us to start making excuses for is the whole transfer.
No. Everything comes together, though. It's not just one. Like, everything comes together. You can't tell a coach that you are not giving players not to play the players that he wants to play. How does that make sense? Like, you can't separate the two. If you're gonna tell me, oh, use the players that you have, then let me use the players I like. Why are you now telling me, oh, this one can only play 60 minutes? No, this one has already played. Play this other one. So
where is this report, bro? Because
bro, it's everywhere, man.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I think it started with, if you go look at Matt Law's timeline, you probably see it there. I think it was an athletic. No, but Chooks, my only question is, I'm not even trying to do a pity party on Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
I think we're, like I told Adams, we're not resetting that clock. Nah, somebody got to hold. At some point, you can't just keep punching clock. But my thing is, what is the expectation when you have a window like that after the season you just had? Right?
Exactly. It's not like Dalo.
When Teta had that first title challenge that he finished second, you double back with Rice, you double back with Havertz, whatever.
But
then you can increase expectations.
Everyone forgets the windows before that. Like Chelsea, I feel like Chelsea has.
So you didn't feel like they had glaring holes, like their defense?
They had holes, right? But you spent these guys, right? Usually throw money at every. That's literally the whole. Whenever you think
that's the whole point of what we're saying. We're not saying. So no. Listen, Chooks. We're not saying like Villa. They are not buying players. They're just not buying. They just don't have the money to buy. We're saying these guys have come with a strategy to say we will buy these types of players that we want because we want to make money off of them, and we want our coach to help us make that money. No other club is doing that. No other club is saying, you know what, Unai, I'm going to buy you 30 million winger that is 18 or 19 or 20. Play him so that next 2 seasons, he's worth 60 million. Who is doing that in the league? And you say he shouldn't work. That's the crazy thing. Like, nobody, if you're not going to sign players, you're just going to tell the coach, bro, we don't have.
So what was your expectation for Chelsea this season?
My expectation was, after winning the Club World Cup, that is something that you can build off of. You can now go and say, okay, look, we've won the Club World Cup. Some of the players have improved. Let's get more quality players to improve the team. Let's get guys that are more like Premier League caliber players. Like, let's go in for guys like Cherki. Let's go in for guys that fit the current, like guys that in like 2-3 years, they can come into the team and help us challenge for honors. We already see that this team knows what it's like to win, whether you like it or not. If you win paper, you've won. Like, they know what it's like to win, right? Now, let's get players that are equally as good as some of them. Don't set the team back by bringing other players that like are not ready right now, and you want them to develop. Like, you're dragging back the rest of the guys that are already at the level. That was my expectation.
I personally, disagree. I disagree because
I actually heavily disagree because the guys they bought have stunk.
Yeah,
and for some reason they don't want to accept that. But people signed a whole set of attacking players.
And the thing is, also,
have stunk, and you just have to hold. You just have
to hold. Like, and you were.
I think we're having a whole different.
No. You're talking about Premier.
We're talking about a whole different argument.
You're talking about the Premier League caliber players. They gave you Delap and Joao Pedro. You saw what they did last season. God. No. But listen though, the fact is, these players were players that did well in the Premier League last season.
George is right though.
No.
Fair,
I think I don't know if the point is being intentionally missed or if it's
no. Like, it's that I get it. Like I understand what's going on, but this is a different argument. Can we stick to what we're talking about, right? On like Chelsea's model. I think George, you need to catch up on what happened to
No,
Maresca. Why
I'm
he
saying,
walked.
bro. I get the model. Whatever you guys are doing, you're trying to buy players that are 20 years old and you want to improve them in 2 years and sell them off. But what I'm saying is, even in that quote or whatever, you talk about Premier League proven players that you wanted to add to your team so you can propel forward from last season, right?
Mhm.
You were not impressed with Nicola Jackson. What did you do? You went and signed two of the promising strikers that were playing well last season in the Premier League, Joao
Do you
Pedro
really
and Leon.
do you
No,
really
no, no,
believe
bro. Don't.
do you really
Yeah,
believe
bro,
that?
bro, bro, bro.
Do you
Listen,
really
with
believe that?
with hindsight,
Haven't you been on
no, no, no.
camera saying,
Listen, listen,
look
listen.
at the
With
players we
hindsight,
signed?
nah, bro.
Haven't
You
you
don't
been
do that. No, don't do that. With
right
hindsight,
now?
everything. With hindsight, everything is different because back then in that summer when you guys signed Joao Pedro and Leon Delap, it was like, oh yeah, Chelsea Leon Delap is going to be great. And like Chooks is saying, the players
The
stink.
summer, after the summer, we said, what type of summer did we have? When we started the summer, because we could sign players early because of the Club World Cup. We're like, okay, we're signing Joao Pedro and Delap. That's a good start. We thought we were gonna get other guys in. We thought we were gonna get Simmons in. We thought we were gonna get a defender in. We're like, okay, that's a good start. Like to start that way, but to end the window that way, everybody said it was
You
disappointing.
can't. I mean, listen, you can't have everything. The problem with Chelsea was the players you signed didn't show up. That your defender went injured. You can make if you use those excuses, that's fine. But don't try to hear and tell me this whole the manager.
But the thing is, he's not doing bad. I think that's my point. Is like he's currently fifth. He can still finish in the Champions League spots. He's still in every single competition that he started the season in.
And the guys that they're
You see what
saying
I'm
have
saying?
stunk.
No,
He's not.
I'm
Like João Pedro has stunk.
and then, but the thing is, I'm not trying
He
to
has
say that
stunk. So
he's.
what
No,
happened?
but
What happened
I
to your
think
I'm
striker?
not. I'm not
that's
saying that he's doing bad. True. Uzo asked me if he's underperforming. Underperforming doesn't necessarily mean you're doing bad. It's just he had the baseline that he had, top four, World Cup champions. So now you have a baseline that we have to go off of. We know what Chelsea squad are capable of. Top four, and that's it, right? So now you go into the season. The league
But
is wide open.
Here's my question: what more would you have expected from him with the state of the squad as it is? Like, let's have an honest conversation.
I think it didn't. I
You think
think
he should
Chelsea
be
started
third
the season.
currently?
I think Chelsea started the season well, right? I don't know if I'm missing something right. They started the season well, right, Adams?
Not really. Like no, not really. Like
Didn't
if
start the season well?
no, we didn't start
Okay.
well.
Well, what I'm saying
They
is,
started very poorly actually because they had an easy schedule and they just
Yeah,
went. They
yeah.
were drawing a lot of
We're
games,
drawing games.
and
Yeah.
people were saying that it was because no preseason. Remember that whole joke now of like, oh,
oh,
because
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. You're right. Yeah. All I'm saying is, even Villa, they started poorly, right? But then they stepped up and capitalized. And if it was Chelsea that was the one that was in that position, because I honestly think United should be in that position too. So if I'm thinking United should be in that position, for sure I'm thinking Chelsea should be in that position. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's what I'm saying. He's underperforming because I'm looking at the league. I'm like, bro, these are games you should be
Do you
winning.
agree that he's underperforming?
I don't think he's not performing. I think he's where he should be. Like the season is a long season. You can't look at where you are now and like there's 19 games played, 19 more to go. Literally, positions flip after every match week. The main thing I was trying to say before was him walking away. I can understand it if it's they are being too hands-on how he's managing players, whatever. But I don't think there should be any more you should ask for him when it comes to like transfers. Because you guys, the if that's what he's crying about, I'll be like, nah.
Why? Why? Wait, that's my point. Why? Why would you be like,
Yeah,
nah?
I
Like,
can't
No,
why
why,
would you
no,
say
why,
a coach you, for
why,
example,
why I
now,
would make the argument, right?
listen, why would a coach say, I want a defender, mine's got injured, and you are saying he can't say that?
No,
Why?
why I'm saying that is Bob Pep's first few years in the league. There's no manager that gets every single thing that they want. I watch my team put up Mireno up top because we didn't buy a striker.
Okay,
When
now
we
that
needed.
you're getting what you want, where's your team?
But what I'm saying is you have to wait. I don't think that can be used as an excuse. If he left because of that, then I don't think he might ever get a job ever, because there's no manager that is going to get every single thing
But
you
I
want.
think he must have left because he feels like it's going to continue. Because think
Yeah,
about it,
I'm
he would have
saying
walked in the summer if it was like, okay, I'm disappointed in the window, but we move, right? I think going into January, he probably got word, hey, some fresh new Brazilian 18-year-olds don't drop.
And that's the thing, like nobody, and Chooks keeps saying that it has been that way in the league. Nobody has forced them, like nobody has forced their manager to use kids.
Are you sure?
No one has said we're gonna buy some
Dan-
16-year-old.
Daniel
Brighton?
Levy says hi.
They
Brighton?
forced,
that's what I'm
they
saying. It
forced,
happens.
they forced
Adams.
Grandpa was like, hey, get me a 30-year-old. And Grandpa was in that system. Like he definitely wanted that. Like he was part of the whole system with Brighton. No one has been in this situation where they are saying to a top team, where did they tell Arteta that Arteta, see, man, we're trying to sell this guy next year. So we're trying to get this guy for 50 next year. Forget about your own ambitions. Let's get you one 20-year-old that hasn't played, or use this guy from the academy instead. Forget about your time. No. Tell me who has seen that happen to them before. The only thing is like, man, we don't have enough money. We can't sign you players. Just make do what you have.
The thing is, Adams, I think this is how I'll summarize it, right? Chooks and George have a point that you will never plug every hole going into a season. Right?
Sure, 100%.
You will never get all of your primary targets going into a season. No manager gets that.
Of course,
and I don't think that's the point me and Adams are making at all. Right? When you're only good to great center back goes down for a season-ending injury during the window, you can't not replace him. That's just what you cannot do. You can't afford to do that, right? And especially when you already needed a center back going into the window. I feel like that's just malpractice, right? So it's more about critical needs than it is like, oh, I just didn't get the guys I want. And then the guys you do get are not the profile of players that can go win things right away, because they're young players who still need to develop. So my thing is, again, what is the expectation? What are they trying to accomplish? Because if you're trying to accomplish something, you got to be following a model, right? Are you following the City model where you just buy all the best talents from across Europe? Are you following the Arsenal model where you buy on a bargain, but you're buying experience, you're buying duels, you're buying combative personalities? Are you going to follow the PSG way, where you go and you handpick some of the most technical players? There has to be some kind of approach. Here is just youth. What's that going to win, and where has it won?
Okay, I understand that. When it comes to other teams in the league, I feel like that model is something that, if it's not there, it's going to come from maybe the kind of manager you get, right? How stubborn he is. I've seen this malpractice happen at my, even as recent as last season. Like, it happens. Obviously, we don't know the ins and outs of what's really going on behind the scene. I just think that from what I read, right, the main gist, and Adams, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the main gist of what I heard was he is just really upset as to how little power he had when he came to, especially when it came to the players that are supposed to play and how long those players are supposed to play. If that's the argument, I agree with you. But when I start hearing things like, oh, they didn't sign this or they didn't sign that, I'm like, no, like, I don't think there's, aside from City, right? I don't think there's any club that does that.
And here's the cherry on top, right? Here's the cherry on top. It's like what Uzo is saying is like they're so confused. They don't know what they want to do. Because if you are telling the coach, we need to develop our guys, we need to develop this guy. These guys need to play, right? We need to play this 19-year-old center back, Heto. We need to play this goalkeeper. We need to play Badiashile. We need to play Tosin. We need to play Ganacho. Everybody needs to play. Then he should get some sort of backing when the results are not going his way, right? Because the other thing I heard was they wanted him to do all these things whilst also wanting him to maintain like top 3 or something in the league. That's why he came out and said that 48 hours thing. It was like, I felt no support after that run of games, right? I'm here. mixing it up, playing Tosin, center back against Leeds, playing these guys, and I lose 3-1. Aren't you supposed to understand that? Okay, yeah, we get it, man. These guys are not good enough. That's why you lost. Still, you're still putting pressure on me for losing after I'm doing what you're doing. Does that make any sense? So it's everything come together. You have to put everything together. It's like, first of all, I asked for this player, you said no. Now you're telling me to use this particular player when I'm trying to win. Now I use him, we don't win. You're still blaming me. What do you want from me?
I even forgot you guys signed Hito. Nah, Chelsea. These guys, and we've been trying to behind that boy. That's why I went to go get Maresca. Oh, sorry,
Mascara. Yes.
I
Nah,
wouldn't be surprised
Adams.
if you get Maresca too.
Hey man,
And you guys are telling me that he can't walk. That he's bro.
No, I think they both agree that he should walk. I'm just surprised that George thinks he's been a bad manager and he wanted him to stay at Chelsea because he thinks that him staying at Chelsea would lead to them failing.
George,
That's
are you telling me now we're currently in a better situation than we were?
He doesn't rate Maresca. That's what I'm getting from this, which is
I know he doesn't rate Maresca, but I'm saying, like, are you sad? You know, when, like, for example, if Arteta leaves, you might be, like, if Arteta leaves, you'll be like, thank God, man, he has left. They're going to get.
No, he doesn't rate Arteta.
Yeah, even this guy thinks Arteta leaves. I'm gonna say thank God, bro. This guy's a curse to that team.
So
bro.
you'll be sad when Arteta leaves. Like, man, they're finally going to win the league. They're going to get.
Basically, he is.
Yeah. Because I want Arteta to stay, bro. I'm telling you, that trophy draft is a lot. Is hey, bro.
George is just a special breed.
So now you're sad. No. I think I'm with George. So you think we might win the Champions League?
Nah, bro, I'm telling you, Adams, don't ask George that because George doesn't believe in God, but he believes in Amarin. That's how dangerous.
No, that's the thing. Is that let's answer the first question that you asked me. No, if Chelsea signs, like, if they go ahead and replace him with a better manager.
Now you already know who we're replacing him with, though, don't you?
Who? Liam Reznor.
Yeah, exactly. That's who's coming.
Wait,
Chelsea is the gifts that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
wow. How can you go for Maresca? And you go to that guy. I saw that video on Twitter. He said, guys, go and win the game. Go and win the game.
Remember when they were rinsing the one from Company? And the guy went to Burnley and he slapped his bald head all over that league.
Hey, man.
He didn't get speech again.
Nah, man, Chelsea.
You guys go get Mourinho, bro.
Chelsea, we're gonna enjoy you, bro. I'm glad.
At least Maresca had us stable. Like, we're still like fourth. Now they're gonna bring somebody else, and this one is even worse. Like, he's gonna be worse than a yes man. Like, he'll be even asking them, "What should I do?" Like,
do you want to play that 4-4-3, Todd Bowley? I got you. That 4-4-3 that you like.
Adams, you're finished, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Man, Chelsea. Wow.
Bro, you guys should get Mourinho, bro. At least we'll get old ball back. Mourinho at Chelsea. George has to tap in, bro.
No, I'll be there now. I'll be there. Mourinho back in Chelsea. I'll be there.
Bro,
no, but I heard. What do you think about the whole? They had Fabregas as one of the options.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get him.
Fabregas came for that Carabao first leg.
Adams is so sad. He didn't think he would be back here so soon. You guys busting up his LinkedIn.
Adams is gonna find sponsor for our show before Chelsea put sponsor on that shirt, man.
You know when that LinkedIn lady message you and tells you to renew your subscription. That's where Adams is, man.
Bring.
As long. I was asking George, maybe if you have some insights. What do you do with bad ownership, man? What do you do when you have bad ownership?
Look, man, I think I've been in bad ownership the whole time I've been a United fan, the whole time. And it's tough, man, because the only way change can happen is literally the fans protesting. That's the only way, bro, because there's nothing else you can do, bro. Those guys will do whatever they want. And it's always worse when the owner is American because the owner don't care about, like the English culture, like the actual football culture. Like, but I feel like, say, like for other fans, if the owner was British, right? Like the way the fans will protest, it will actually get to them to like try
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make a change. Look at our owners, Joe and Avram Grant. Bro, United will come to the US. They will put them in this skimpy, like terrible, like conditions to play. And they will put the guys in Tampa Bay, in the high class things or whatever. So those guys, they literally don't care. I think the only way change literally happened the past 3 years was literally because the fans literally went to the games and just like it, they were fed up, just kept protesting and protesting, and literally the Glazer were just like here, there, like they just threw dashed Sir Jim Ratcliffe to us to just to keep quiet. It wasn't like all this is all planned, bro. He's still running it, and it's never gonna change. I mean, from what I'm seeing, the only way it will change is I know the time that I think it was Qatar, or whoever was trying to buy United. That's the only way it'll change, like a complete ownership from. Yeah. So I feel bad for you. It doesn't seem like Bully's going anywhere. That guy's enjoying what he has.
Especially when it's a consortium that owns the club, and I don't even know how much ownership is responsible versus directors. It's a
Hmm.
mess. I
Hmm.
think I think this is just something that has to do with philosophy. Like philosophically, the change has to happen from up top. Like, what are we trying to accomplish with this club? What kind of club are we trying to be? Reconnect with the fans, and that's another thing. I have to get my digs in, but this is where Chelsea not being a club that has like a history comes
Hmm.
into play. Like, no
Yeah.
offense, Chelsea is Roman, right? Some brute Russian guy that just doesn't take is a no nonsense guy and wants to win at all costs. That's
Hmm.
the entire club legacy. What have the fans built there, right? When you think
Hmm.
of United fans, you think of a bare minimum. When you think of Arsenal fans, you think of something, right? When you think of Liverpool fans, you think of something, right? There's a demand. There's kind of like a unison. I don't see Chelsea fans, and I'm happy to be wrong on this. Well, I'm not. I don't care to be wrong on it, but I don't see
Hmm.
Chelsea fans creating a movement to accomplish anything because I don't think that Chelsea have a united fan base because I don't even know what their fan base is. It's
Hmm.
is is international. It's random and it's like glory hunting. It's Roman made. That's it. And to create those kind of movements to get an owner out, you like the fans have to lock in and get them
Hmm.
out from like the
Hmm.
grassroots. Like you have to stop buying tickets. You have to stop showing up. You have to make your voices heard. Like Sky Sports have to like literally broadcast that. Yo, Chelsea
Hmm.
fans are organizing a boycott and a protest of their ownership. Whoop de
Hmm.
whoop. That kind of negative coverage, that's what gets it done.
Hmm.
Anything else, anything short of that, I don't think it's going to get it done. We suffered the same thing here at Spurs. Bad ownership for the longest, but we never could create a movement. There was change for Spurs. There was Spurs flags. There was this and that. They tried to
Hmm.
get a. I remember people were like clowning us because they did a protest and it was like 70 people showed up. It's just like it's an unserious fan base, right?
Hmm.
It took when people were fed up, enough is enough. Then they start showing up in the streets, and that's when you start making a difference. Chelsea fans, too pampered, too cute.
No,
Things have
you
been
see,
too
you
easy,
see,
too
you see,
sweet.
you see what
I don't
Chelsea fans
see it.
are doing.
I don't see it unless you round up all the downfall drivers in
Guys, the
Nigeria.
thing is, the thing is, some guys have been in the trenches for a while and they get used to it. Like United for the longest resisted the fact that they were ass, and sometimes you just have to accept. Like Adams, you asked you the question. I'll tell you what most of us did. We just accept sometimes that you not like you are agreeing with the standards of the club, but you just accept and you need to pray. One thing I've not seen the
To
Chelsea
pray.
fans do is someone like Palmer, right? You guys need to be on him a little bit. Like these are the guys that get you through the tough times. Like, okay, team is not good, owners are this, coach is complaining. Bro, I don't think Palmer has had a good game the whole 2025 that I can remember. Like,
This
oh,
2025 that we just
what I'm
finished.
saying is, I remember his first season where he was
I can't
cooking.
remember any good Palmer game
No,
from this
that wasn't
2025.
Tottenham. That wasn't Tottenham or
From this
Brighton.
2025.
Nah, I
Bro,
can't.
you guys are
PSG
being
jukes,
genius,
PSG
man.
jukes.
Nah,
Bro.
I mean, bro, PSG, bro, all of them 8. I'm talking about a game where I remember
Nah,
that.
he ate.
Bro, he literally
No,
scored 4
bro.
goals in one half. Man, you guys should stop all this, bro.
Bro,
Like, stop all,
Adams,
like,
Adams,
nah,
the point
stop
of-
all
the
this,
point
man.
I'm
Stop
trying
all
to
this,
make
stop all
is-
this, stop all
don't
this.
get
Palmer.
emotional on me, Adams. The point
Nah,
I'm
no,
trying
I'm not getting personal. I'm not getting personal.
no,
I'm just saying, like,
don't get emotional on me, Adams. The point I'm trying to make is when you are at this low, you need some of your best players to give you something to be happy about because it's not going to end. Like you just lost a manager mid-season. You have a City that literally couldn't cash any of their XG against Sunderland coming into town. And you now have a Carabao Cup semi-final against one of your rivals that you started beef with. And you're going to have to see us now.
man.
All that
Season is done,
chirping.
bro. Like, there's
No.
nothing. There's not. Our season is done from here. Like,
No, I'm
Palmer
saying,
is probably going to
Adams,
go to
Adams,
the City next
you
season
can-
or something.
you can
Reunite
lie
with
to
Maresca
yourself
and
that
then
your season is done. All of us know you're going to tune into all those games.
no, of
Facts.
course.
And
Liam Ball.
is going to pain you
Hey,
every
Chooks,
time that you get child.
Chooks, 3 things we learned from Liam Rosinyo's debut.
I will be there.
Hey
I will
man,
be there,
that's
bro.
it, Adams. Every L from this point is going to slap harder. That's what I'm saying. Is you have to pray that your best players have some balls to lift you guys, at least emotionally, because you're not going to win the league, obviously. But you are still in all these competitions that you want to be competitive. You need to finish top 4. You need
That's
to get into
crazy,
Champions League again.
We're gonna get.
That's
Oh
where you
man.
are right now. It's okay to accept that that's where you are right now.
It's gonna get peak, man.
You
Well-
won't finish top 4.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Adams, we're now resetting that clock for you. Your season is not over.
Yeah,
we,
man.
No, it's over.
Chooks, what did they
Yeah.
say? We give that grace to young players. We give that grace to big fella. You got to start doing your job.
Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
want to hear nothing, bro.
Todd Bobo, you better
Yeah,
start
I
doing
don't
your
wanna hear nothing
job.
from you.
Yeah, I'll hold,
I don't
man,
wanna
I'll
hear
hold.
nothing from you.
They put me in this situation, man. I'll hold.
Yeah, you have to accept it,
Don't let
bro.
United, Child Adams, anything you do, you can't let United get into top 4.
No.
No.
It's not even dependent on us. They can't do it. They can't get in top 4.
Hey, man.
No, there's not there. Look, forget now we're out of it, but they're not getting top 4. They can't
Yeah,
even-
yeah, I mean, I don't know why you decided to include us into this. Focus on
George, do you think
focus on-
Amorim is underperforming?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Aha.
I just wanted to make sure you were consistent.
No, absolutely. I said that before
Nah,
I
he
even
said it.
made my
He said
Amorim. Yeah, before I made my Maresca point. Yeah, he's bro. Yes, underperforming a lot actually, even more than Maresca to me. But that's just me. Yeah, we can get into it if you want to, but that guy, bro, it's just
We're gonna save that for a different episode. Me too. I have
Yeah.
some tears to shed, man. My eyes
Man,
look-
only Chelsea can bring everybody back together. That's insane, bro. Now we had a reunion show.
I was
Nah,
definitely on a sabbatical, man. Frank has killed all love of the game in me. There's no more love, just game. But, we had to come out of hiding, man. We heard there was a job opening. It looks like George has taken this job from us, man. George came in prepared. He packed light. He has no
Bro.
expectations, and he hates Maresca. He said all the things that Todd Bowley likes to hear.
You're like you're hired.
They'll drop email now in your inbox. Don't worry.
I'm ready for it, man. Chelsea, I'm ready, bro. The Blues.
The London
Oh,
Cowboys.
There's a lot of twists and turns. But
Nah,
Adams-
Chelsea, man.
Adams,
I'm
everything
loving
is
this, bro.
alright, bro.
No, you guys better fix it quick, bro, because it really goes downhill very fast. That's what I've learned. So
And I don't think there's any fixing it if you keep resetting the clock. Like we've been saying, the hardest part is getting the manager correct. You get the manager correct, then you go and do that. That is
yeah.
again.
No,
Some people just can't get out of their own way.
They said Liam was playing Delap as a right winger at home. We're done, bro. Oh man, that's crazy, man.
But it's looking like it's him, eh?
Yeah, he's gonna be him for sure. He's gonna be him for sure. They just need to sort out the replacement for him as at Strasbourg, and that'll be him.
Oh yeah, because Strasbourg is under Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
So they're
They're
gonna be
under
looking
Bug.
for two man. What a funny business. They should go ahead and get
Nah.
they should go ahead and get Lampard back in, man. Just
No,
start the rotation.
Terry,
the thing is,
it might
Lampard
be
is
Terry.
doing very well. Lampard is doing very well
Nah,
in
nah,
Coventry.
leave my boy
He's
out of that,
doing
man. They just
very, very well.
give
The
him,
other
man. Let
day,
him come back
the
to the
other day,
league.
the other day, I was like, you know what? Let me just look at the standings. The guy is like, he won like 8 games in a row.
Yeah, yeah, he's cooking.
Hey man, bring back Frank, bro.
Super Frank, man.
Bring back, bro.
Frank
Bring
is coming
back
back to the
Frank,
league, man. He's coming
man.
back next season.
Bring back Super Frank, man. Let my
Ah.
boy Ade smile again.
Bro, exactly back Frank, bro.
Nah, Liam, I'm asking for one thing. Just beat Arsenal, bro. You play Arsenal, right? In the Carabao.
Yeah, we do.
That's all I'm asking. That's the
Nah,
only.
I'm
No,
not gonna
Adams.
lie to you, Hermano.
Adams,
nah,
I
it's not
promise
happening,
you,
bro.
that's the only thing
It's not
I
happening. The
need.
only thing I'm sure
George,
of though is
George,
Spurs. Spurs,
George.
yeah, that one. Liam is
Even
gonna
me
get
and you can join my age.
Hey
And I'll be
man,
trying to sabotage and we'll still win.
all I'm saying is George, that Carabao and that January 25th, when Amorim comes to the Emirates, George, we'll be there.
We'll see who's there. If Bruno's playing, I'm there. If he's not playing, don't don't hit me
Bro,
up, bro.
you better go give Bruno hamstring from your lab in medical school. Go and find one hamstring. Like, bro, I need even this Caicedo G. I'm upset. Why are you ducking to give Chelsea fans an excuse?
Oh,
Bring all your
Caicedo won't play.
stars.
nah,
Bro, he's suspended, bro. He went to go get a yellow card. He's
When's the
suspended
game?
to against City. Tomorrow now they will say they don't have DM. They
Oh,
want
the
to
game is tomorrow.
no, Saturday, I think.
bro, Sunday game against City. No,
Oh, Sunday.
ah, nah. Anyway, George, don't have hope for that Carabao.
Yeah,
That
George,
me look.
your hope not right now is in flux, bro. You have
No,
to
no, no. Let me tell you something. I
you
have
have to
two
start coming to
opportunities.
terms with reality.
Yeah, you still have
I
Newcastle, right? Newcastle is still there.
I have two opportunities. If Chelsea won't do it, City will do it for me. Don't worry.
City Baba.
You know
Don't
what's
worry.
funny? You know
I
what's
know.
funny? Not to make this an Arsenal discussion, but in the final, give me City over those cold guys in Newcastle, bro. I don't want. After what they did to us last season,
I
I'm
said
dead.
Newcastle, bro. I'm not.
And
I've seen Newcastle.
I'm dead, bro.
I've seen what Amorim did to Newcastle this season. I don't have. I don't
Nah,
care, bro.
bro,
I don't care,
they play
man.
different when they're not playing comp.
They
I
don't
don't
have
care.
Isak no more, bro.
Yeah, I don't. I dead ass don't
Nobody's
care
scared of
about
Nah,
that.
him.
bro.
Man.
Those guys.
Nobody's scared of that. But
Toots
anyways,
was easy
guys,
food.
this episode has lasted longer than the average manager at Chelsea, so it's time to wrap this joint up. We've already outlived like 6 different managers in the last in the last 10 years. It's time for us to lock off. We'll be back on the weekend. I'm sure there'll be some more developments. Let's see if they get a manager in before the weekend.
No, we know who's coaching now. It's our under 21 coach coaching against City.
Bruno Sauter.
No.
Why do I know all these names?
Bro, guys.
Chelsea manager should be a trivia. Where's
Oh,
Pius, man? Come and ask us.
Pius gonna come back.
Which
next
of these
year.
6 people have not managed Chelsea? I won't be able to say a name. They can even say Florent Shaw. I was like, when did he manage?
Hey man,
We need the
Adam,
judge, man.
my guy, Finidi George is unemployed.
We need the judge.
Talk to me, bro.
Guavon too is unemployed, man.
But voice unemployed, man. Talk to me.
No, man.
You know Guardiola.
Hey, man. Talk to me.
Hey,
That's
man,
how
I'm gonna do a Pius, man. I'm fully focused on AFCON. Nigeria.
See him, man.
Problem.
Hey, man. At
But
least
fellas, yeah, it was good reminiscing with the boys. Hopefully one of us gets a call back from Todd Bowley. I know we've all turned in our resume. At this point, we don't know what the qualifications are, but we're here. We're here. So if you don't see one of us on the pod next week, hint, 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 hint. Talks are advancing through the night. But yeah, we're
Wow.
signing off. It's been a quick emergency episode. Not very quick, but definitely an emergency. Save the bridge, man. Save the bridge. I'm gonna sign off with my resume. Sign us off, man.
Peace out, boys.
Call me Todd. Call me.
Bully. Amen.
Chelsea.
Oh man.